Hello everyone, this is a tier list type of video. I don't want to make a whole 7 tier list videos because unnecessary at the moment. So this is my old tier list and I kind of wanted to remake it or like adjust it a little bit because this is not quite what I think anymore. Really quickly, let me just do the tier list. So basically, I wanted to go through this list and kind of change a couple things. This was after my video of like my people, like my subs, change my tier lists because I have some differing opinions from the meta advancing, just own personal opinions and things shifting of like what is my priority or what do I think is like a super important thing in the meta. Oh god, no, Terry was supposed to be here, sorry. And so, a couple of adjustments. I think the first things first is Bayonetta is better than this. I don't think she's top tier yet, but I do think she is in the like upper region of high tier. Definitely, in my opinion, very strong. There's a lot of good reps with her. She just explodes too much damage and has a lot of control, and you can kind of always, like it's not you're always gonna be right, but there's just a high likelihood of you eventually being right with a back air or an up tilt or a jab. So I kind of I kind of made her kill issue overblown. Like again, I still think it's really important in a couple matchups that she can't kill, but a couple of matchups does not mean universally forever all the time, considering she's super good at edge guarding, she's very mobile, which time will eventually get a kill. So Bayo's definitely a lot higher than that. I do think that she's not quite top tier, but she's pretty high. I am also gonna bump Diddy up just a little bit. I do think, it's not that big of a deal, but I think these 4 characters are kind of equivalent. I'm actually gonna drop Zerasu to the lowest end of these. Because I think these are all characters that, like, when they do well, they do really well, and when they do poorly, they kind of do poorly. So I'm also going to drop Byleth down a little bit. I definitely think Byleth is worse than Corrin, like probably more like here. Byleth is still, of course, incredibly strong, a very good character, but lack of mobility is really hurting, and the thing is, Byleth's advantage state isn't good enough for like this to be okay. It's not like it's Corrin where like Corrin has low mobility, but like crazy broken aerials and an amazing back air and such an easy time killing and great 2 frames. Byleth's kind of just like, man, I hope I nair and I forward air and I dash attack, which again is a very good game plan, don't get me wrong, there's still plenty of good Byleths, but I do think that Byleth is falling off just a little bit in terms of the meta. Like still a good character, good pick. I mean, again, most characters in this game are good picks. To rise someone up from the lower end, I am going to bump up Banjo and Kazooie as well as Mewtwo to probably above Inkling. I'm also going to move Meta Knight a little bit higher. Just because all those characters are insane. Let's go to them in order. Obviously, we have TG's Banjo doing incredibly well, winning a ton of matchups that seem impossible, so the character's control is apparently enough, and then, I do think that character struggles to kill. TG finds a way, which I know sometimes it's player diff, but I do think that Banjo just has maybe a couple of more tools and it's a little harder to deal with than I previously thought. Mewtwo, honestly, this is still kind of low for Mewtwo in my opinion. So Mewtwo's still definitely pretty good, like a little better than before, like, not great, but still better, a little scarier than I thought. I'm also gonna drop Chrom to mid tier. This character sucks. I think Martha's definitely better. Who was the other character I moved up? Oh yeah, Meta Knight. Punish Game's getting scary. Everyone's Punish Game is getting scary with this character. I know Show's results have been very impressive. Mitara's results have been really impressive to me. So yeah, I think those characters are really, really good. To the shock of no one, I'm actually not switching this upper tier. However, what I will do is say that Pikachu, Game & Watch, and Sonic are kind of all tied for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. I don't think there is a definitive order for these 4, besides Steve is 1. I think if you want to say Game & Watch is number 2, Sonic is number 2, Pikachu is number 2, that all makes sense. Rob is absolutely going to keep this number 5 spot, especially after that up B shield safety thing is invented. But one thing I am going to do is drop Pyramithra down. I think this character is ridiculous, don't get me wrong, but I do think that she is just barely better than Roy, worse than Shulk, just because she is so like scary in tournament, and I feel like every time I watch an Aegis lose, they're just getting hit off stage, and I feel like it's easy enough to hit people off stage in this meta. There's enough characters that do it. You can always make your combos go there, and yeah, even though she's still broken and absurd and like top 10-ish, I just don't think she's quite as good as people thought. But you know who's better than people think? Mii Brawler, baby. Mii Brawler, maybe not number 7, but like Mii Brawler's crazy broken. He's so broken. He's easily top 10 in my opinion. I think this character is absurd. Kill potential is dumb, combos is dumb. The ability to switch your moveset in general is great, because then this character, like, he was like, oh, you're fighting a Lucina? Go suplex, or you're fighting a Roy, go suplex. Like, I feel like There's very few bad matchups for this character. Again, I will contest that Shulk is not a bad matchup for Mii Brawler. And I know that's what the Mii Brawlers think is the worst. I do think Sonic can be hard. But like, I feel like a lot of the other matchups that like are seen as hard, it's like, yeah, but then you can like get your Nair. So I think Mii Brawler's top 10 again. You know, I do think Roy can be difficult. I think Cloud is probably annoying, which is like bad because those are two very meta characters. But at the same time, does well versus a lot of the other meta characters. In my opinion, does well like beats Game & Watch, even with Pika, maybe even or beats Steve, beats Rob. Probably even or beats Fox. For common characters, you know, does like actually the biggest thing for Brawler is losing to the fast sword characters that have like safe aerials. So like Aegis definitely is a loss, Roy's a loss, and Cloud is a loss for sure, and Sonic. But other than those four, I don't know who he loses to. Because it does really well versus the floatier sword characters, and just does well in general versus so many characters, including Ice Climbers because of Suplex. So yeah, I know fighting game characters can kind of be annoying, but at the same time, just like camp a little bit more. So yeah, I think Brawler's absurdly good. I am going to move Samus up a bit, as well as move Cloud up a little bit. Oh, why is Peach solo? What am I doing? What am I doing? Peach is definitely better than Aegis. Peach is definitely better than Aegis. That character is hard, but having float is great. All of her bad matchups are kind of irrelevant. Like there's like Villager and, you know, random mid tiers that can zone her, and then like doesn't do poorly versus the best zoner in the game, which is Samus, and like does pretty good versus Steve and Rob. And I don't know how the Sonic matchup is, to be honest. I haven't seen Mutace versus a Sonic in a long time. What else? I do think Wolf is down here. I feel like Mario's underrated, but I look at the characters above him and I'm like, damn, yeah, that's crazy. I am going to put Cloud next to Snake. And next to Joker, like a little bit higher up, because this is number 10, so I think Cloud is like, you know, just outside of top 10. Pac-Man is still broken. For those of you wondering, this character is absurd. T just hasn't come to the United States in a while, and when he does, he loses to Akola or just Leo. Palu's also still broken. Is Brawler better than Palu? Yeah, Brawler's better than Palu. Shulk is Shulk. So is... that's better. Palu's still crazy though. I mean, anyone in this top tier is like super duper relevant, and then there's plenty of characters in here that are relevant. I mean, we have Skyjays Incineroar, we have Tarek, we have Peebno, we have Zachary, we have Ashimo, Beast Mode Paul. Like, there are so many characters here that are super relevant. I am also going to bump Corrin just a little bit higher, like 6 or so spots. I do think Corrin, very strong. Having an obviously blatant good, just like I have kill aerial advantage state is so valuable right now. And the thing is, you get frame trapped into a comboing move that still kills you, as opposed to someone like Aegis, where if you air dodge Pyra's up air, you're fine, and if you air dodge Mithra's up air, you get landing Nair forward aired, which isn't that big of a deal. Corrin's insane, so much damage, so strong. Shattuck has been doing amazingly, so has Neo, like there are so many Corrins that are doing well right now. I know Spargo also wants to play Corrin. Leo, I think, is playing Corrin a little bit, some. But yeah, that's kind of wild. What other changes do I have? Just so DaBuzz is happy, I'm gonna put Rosa here and say he only uses a high tier character, not an upper high tier character, even though that literally doesn't change anything. Oh, this is the thing. I'm gonna bump Toon Link a little bit higher. I definitely think Toon Link is better than Adult Link. I think his consistency is really showing a lot. I mean, obviously has a lot of really good results in Japan. And I know Spritzy had that win on DaBuzz. I know that there have been Toon Link players in the States. I mean, I know Jojo Tohobo's really good. Like, there have been plenty of Toon Links doing really, really well. And I do think that the character's consistency is a little bit slept on. I kind of want to put him higher, but I'm not going to. I am going to bump Sephiroth down because I hate this character. I think Sephiroth's worse than Rosa. Just only does well versus Steve. Like, it has good matchup versus Steve in Game & Watch, kind of. Not even Game & Watch, because you just get hit and die. This character's mid. I think I also want to bump Luigi up a couple spots. I am going to put Luigi in like this upper high tier area. Again, there have been a lot of Luigis doing well. Kiarash has been doing well again. You have Narukun and the other Japanese Luigis doing well. You have Zap, who plays Luigi, doing well, even though he's mostly a Bowser Jr. Like, Luigi, I think, is quite a bit better than I thought. I mean, again, it's the same thing of like, he has some really bad matchups, but in this game, I feel like there are so many people that can just guess right in neutral and then kill you or advantage you forever. Guy's been doing really well recently. Yeah, Luigi's insane. What do you think about the Snake propaganda from AK? I don't think, like, Snake is really good. Again, he's what, 15th at worst? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. He's 16th, but like, 16th is crazy good, first off, but it doesn't mean he's not better than these characters. He has 2 exploitable, like, everything about Snake, I feel like so much of Snake is praying that your opponent messes up and does something dumb, or like doesn't know how to play advantage state. But people are getting so good at advantage state, and people are being good at not being dumb. So and Snakes are still doing well, like, don't get me wrong, but I do feel like a lot of the time the Snake players do well, like the player messes up advantage a billion times, or like does dumb stuff, like a lot. Like Snake has a lot of good strengths, he has good 2-framing, you know, Grenade is obviously frame 1 combo break, but I feel like he's so underwhelming compared to all of these characters who control neutral and kill you, and like really cheesy, campy, 0 to deaths, a billion damage, where Snake is like, yo, grenade nair, dash attack. Roy being there bothers me. He's really good. He's just an explosive character with high damage combo potential, but that's if he gets in. But the thing is, you don't have to approach as Roy. Roy can camp. Roy can camp all the time because he's fast and has a giant move, and you just kind of jump there and swing your sword, and he's super fast. Like, how do you approach him? Like, I have T-Jolt, so I'm chilling. But like, most characters can't do anything about that because all of his moves are too safe. I'm gonna just bump Bowser Jr. up. Bowser Jr. and Lucario up a little bit. Bowser Jr. has some crazy reps at the moment. The US is flooded with this character for some reason. There are so many good Bowser Jr.'s, and again, they're not like winning majors or anything, but like they're doing well. And also, out of respect for Goman Kepi and Armadillo, Lucario's a little bit better. He's like, Aura Sphere is a very good move. I can move Sheik like here. I wanted to move Sheik a little bit higher. I don't think Sheik is top tier still. I think that, I mean, she's honestly, with the Void stuff, she's like up here, but Void's not even hitting that consistently yet. So like, well, he's hitting shit. I don't know. I think this tier is fair for Sheik. I'm gonna bump Zero Soup down more. I think Sheik is like really mobile, has a good projectile, but I feel like in a game where it's just like, hey, never mess up, which again, you can not mess up, but like she's very precise and not mess up. It's hard. Need to get real. What is Brawler doing at 8th? Dude, this character's broken. He's insane. Over Aegis? Yeah, Brawler doesn't get edge guard, doesn't get hit at 0 and die. Brawler's the one that hits you at 0 and die. I do think Samus is better than Kazuya. I think Mario's better than Wolf. Okay, so who do I want to make mad? Ramses or everyone else? Move Shulk below Aegis. I definitely think Shulk's better than Aegis. Like, at worst, Shulk is moving there. This character's broken. I don't care that there's no reps of this character at super top level. This character's fucked up. There's not actually a Mii Brawler at super top level except for one in France. And he's top 10. Shulk literally cheats and literally forward throw at 45 is a win con. As everyone. You're not on the Game Watch third train? Oh, so true, actually. Now, Game Watch is clearly in this top tier. And like, again, it's realistically that top tier if you're not a Mii or Shiny Mark. But that's okay. I also think Kirby's better than a little bit of a difference. Duck Hunt's not that bad. Well, Mac in low right now? No, Mac is significantly better than Ganon. I think Pika top 2. These 3 are tied. It's Steve and then these 3. D2D's the worst. He low-key might be. I'm down to put D2D down here. Because like I know people would want me to switch Cloud and Shulk, but like Shulk is definitely here. Move Marth up? No! Falcon better than Ness, you really think so? I think Falcon's horseshit. I think Falcon is super broken. And like Jogibu's crazy. I'm always down to move Bowser low. Yeah, I think Bowser just like has kind of got power crept. I feel like, again, people's advantages are too strong, and even though he has Flame Breath F-Tilt, which is, like, good, but still. Like, still has Uppy out of shield, though, so, like, still very good in that aspect. Like, I think so many characters are getting better just because the combo games are better, and the characters that don't have a lot of combo games are just getting worse. Unless they're not combo game, is still doing 30 and keeping you on the ledge or something like that. Like, these are the super broken versatile characters. These are the very broken versatile characters. These characters are, like, really good when they do well, and otherwise, just stuff can go wrong with them. This is obviously the biggest jump in tier. I think there's quite a big difference between Min Min and Luigi, more than Rob Terry. And this is like does well if they're doing well, but has more flaws. This is sometimes can do well if their stuff works, and then Ganon. And yeah, I think this is going to be the list. I think that this makes sense to me. Again, not a ton of changes. I mean, some characters like back and forth, but I feel like this is still a very solid tier list. Again, if you want to be mad at me for my Mii Brawler placement, I understand, but I think that character is broken. Let me know down in the comments what you agree and disagree with, and I will see you all next time. Peace. I'm also actually leaving, chat. This is going to be the end of my stream. So YouTube, bye-bye. Bye, YouTube. Goodbye, YouTube. Goodbye, YouTube. Bye-bye.